we had a brief intermission. The WPA, this one here created more jobs than any other thing. All right? They had tons of different stuff. If somebody needed a road built, they got a whole bunch of shovels and said, hey, we're going to pay you guys who are just sitting here to go build this road. If somebody was like a playwright on Broadway, they're like, don't have a job. We want you to start making a play. We'll get a producer, director. You guys get the cast. We'll hire the costume designer, the set builders, and we're going to put on a play. Just on and on and on. You're a writer. Hey, why don't you go and interview every remaining slave alive and then put it all into a book for us? They just kept making jobs and more jobs and more jobs for people. The WPA, this one actually had jobs for teenagers too. I thought that was a very clever thing. So the big difference for the New Deal, the pivot is that America went from the government doesn't intervene with people to the government intervenes with people. Here's one last kind of thing to think about. How many of you guys as grandparents are over 66? What do they get? They get Social Security, all right? That might be the last thing I want you to add. They get Social Security. One of the interesting aspects of the New Deal comes from this word. Almost all the ideals are socialism. Understand that. This is socialism. Okay? The government intervenes and makes stuff happen. Let me ask you this question. In America, what's our economy? Ben? No. In our economy, in America, we are a mixed economy. We are both socialist and capitalist. Capitalism is the government has nothing to do at all with the economy. In America, how much does the government impact and affect the economy? Tons, don't they? That's not capitalism. That is socialist. All right? Now, the degree that we do it pretty much has us about being a mixed economy. We're about 40% socialist and like 60-ish odd some percent capitalist. All right? But don't get it wrong. We are not a capitalist society. We're mixed. Every country in the world is, to a large degree. How are we on time? Pause it. Ready?
It's going.
Okay. All right. The last one I want for today is the atomic bomb. Yes. All right. You guys know the names of the bombs?
The Fat Man and the Little Boy?
Yeah, Fat Man and Little Boy. You gotta love them, dude. This bomb, huge, big, round bomb. This one is skinnier. They wanted to try out what's the best design. Okay? Where do we drop them?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yep. And I might misspell Nagasaki. I'm not sure. How many people did we kill? Go ahead. Where?
You wrote Nagasaki.
Yeah, where do you put the other one?
After this.
Oh, after, okay. Boom. There you go. Hey, I usually have a set of notes I look off of. Hey, how many people did we kill? Cancel that. How many people did we obliterate from existence like that?
220,000?
It's close to that, isn't it? Who's the president who did it?
Nixon.
Nope, not Nixon. He would have, though. He would have loved that, man. Him and Dwight. They're like, yeah, drop it, drop it, drop it. Harry S. Truman. What year did this happen? 45. Okay? What did Truman have to deal with? 1945, we beat Hitler with a lot of help, and the Soviets beat Hitler, and we help out a little bit, okay? So Hitler's beat. We can now force all of our energy on the Pacific. We've lost over, with like non-battle related casualties, we've lost over 500,000 people, all right? Actually, I think it might be like 426. We're not at 500,000. And we say, what should we do? Truman is given several options. His first option is that we can invade the mainland of Japan. If we do that, he got told our estimates are about 2 million American casualties to take over that whole island. Would it have been less? Maybe. So let's cut it in half. He would have 1 million casualties. Second, we could wait them out, right? We could isolate them and just basically starve them out. Do a good old-fashioned medieval siege. That's a lot of their death. And then he was given his third option. The atomic bomb also goes by what other name? It's a project.
Project Manhattan.
Yep, the Manhattan Project. When he was vice president, Truman did not know about this. And so he got put forth this idea. His military advisors, to a large degree said, drop the atomic bomb. One, they wanted to know what happened. Okay? Two, they wanted to scare the Soviet Union. So let's add that. One, Truman and the military leaders wanted to see what an atomic bomb would do. But the second one is we wanted to say, hey, Joseph Stalin, who was the leader of the Soviets, we got this. Let's put it to you this way. When an atomic bomb goes off, and if you're standing by a wall, what happens to you?
Shadow casts on the wall.
It's not your shadow.
It's a light.
It's your atoms. When an atomic bomb blows up, if you're standing by a structure, you're deatomized. You're obliterated. And then your atoms are thrown into the shape of whatever your shadow would be. That's what it's there. My mom has been to the museum in Hiroshima. They got a hand that they recovered. It's in a glass bell jar. It's from like here over. To this day, there's a pile of black filings underneath it. What they come from is from the fingertips, from the fingernails, as it still keeps growing due to the radiation of it. That's what an atomic bomb does. It's grody, it's insane. If you ever read, I'll make you read them. If you read the accounts of this, it's horrifying. What this does, though, the pivot here, is we become the first nuclear power. We become the first which translates into the first modern superpower. To be a superpower, you must have nuclear power. You must have that nuclear weapon, all right? So realize, once we did this, we stepped onto that platform of being the first modern superpower in the world. Okay? Okay. This leads us onto the path of currently where it can be argued we might be waning. This is where we start being a world power that we are today. All right? This is the pivot for this. Cool. Any questions? Here's the last thing I want you to write down, and then I want you to think about it and write for 2 minutes. Was it ethical for America to drop the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Was it ethical for America to drop the atomic bomb? And you have your answer written down. Return to your table and start.